Hey guys, it's Nasi, welcome back. So it's currently day 4 and yesterday we actually received some pretty bad news. A family member of mine had passed away and today it kind of just hit me and I really lost a lot of motivation. But I was talking to a lot of family back home in Australia. We were also talking to Simeon's family as well. And we actually got to talk to his sister who is down in Dunedin studying right now, who's doing her 4th year in the university there, and we actually did an interview with her and that honestly got me so inspired, and here's the interview now. Hi Bryony.
Hi Nat, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you.
So what are you doing exactly?
So this year I'll be doing an honours year at the University of Otago. So this is studying as a 4th year student as part of the ecology degree program. And so for my year-long research project that I have to do, I'm going to be studying the dispersal of yellow-eyed penguin chicks.
Why did you pick them?
So this was a few years ago. I volunteered with the Department of Conservation, and I was lucky enough to be involved in their annual nest search for yellow-eyed penguins. So I had a bit of experience volunteering a few years ago. And this year when I started looking for a project and for a supervisor, I got the chance to pick up this project. And so I'm really, really excited and really lucky to have had this opportunity.
And what are you involving in this project?
So what I'm aiming to do is work out some of the areas of the ocean that young penguins are using. So basically the specific birds that I'll be focusing on are ones that have been brought into one of our rehabilitation centres. The one that I'm going to be working with is out on the Otago Peninsula. And so basically what happens is that at this time of year, the chicks are about coming up for 90 days old. And if at this time they are found to be underweight, they're most likely going to die if they're left out just in nature kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they bring them into one of these rehabilitation centres, they fatten them up, give them lots of food, and then they release them into the wild when they're ready to leave home, when they're ready to fledge. And so they release them, and it helps for the species as a whole, because as you may be aware, the yellow-eyed penguin is an endangered species. It's one of the rarest penguins in the world. So there's a big management plan that DOC oversees, this Department of Conservation, to help the recovery of the species. And so one of their actions is to do this supplementary feeding, they call it, where they bring them into rehab and then release them into the wild.
How can people get involved?
Great. So the main thing that I'm looking for is, because I'm going to be tracking where these penguins are going, I need to purchase some GPS tracking devices. And so these devices are quite expensive to get a hold of. So the great thing that the public can do is, if anybody, wanted to be involved, they could donate, as little as they like or as much as they like. And it all goes towards the ability to find out where the penguins are going. And the importance of working this out is that at the moment we don't know where the yellow-eyed penguins go, what areas of the ocean they use, and so it's really hard to back up proposed marine protection, because we don't actually know which areas they're using. So because we don't know, we can't say this is a really good place to have the marine protection. So from doing research like mine, and there's also another student in the zoology department here at the university that's doing similar research but on the adult penguins and the naturally fledging chicks. And so all this research together will hopefully lead us to being able to kind of advise people on where they're actually using the ocean, and therefore that there should be protection in those areas. So anyone that would like to get involved, I'd love them to pop onto the Give a Little website, donate, and you can also follow my blog, and you can find out then how the research is going throughout the year as I progress.
Both those links will be in our description below.
I've actually been lucky enough to receive some funding already from the Ornithological Society of New Zealand, so that's the Birds New Zealand group, and so they've provided me with some funding for the research, but basically I still need to raise a bit more money to be able to purchase some of these tracking devices. So that's where you guys, members of the public, can get involved by helping out with the fundraising.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think the main thing is that if you are in New Zealand watching Nazi's little video here, that if you do ever see a yellow-eyed penguin on the beach, you might be lucky enough to see one down here, down in the Catlins or around the Otago area. If you do see one, take the opportunity to take some great photos, but make sure you just keep your distance from them, because they are very shy and very timid, and you may be stopping them from getting to see their baby chicks or something like that. So the important thing to do is just keep your distance, try and hide away in the bushes or something if you can, so that you're not disturbing them. And yeah, if there's one trying to come up the beach, just make sure you back off and give it as much space as it needs. Otherwise, they will get too scared to come into shore. And you know, the land is obviously a very important part of their habitat range, because they nest on the land, and that's where they are, I guess, a bit more vulnerable as well. So yeah, just be really careful and look and listen to any signs and instructions that are given to you at beaches, as it's really important for their survival into the future.
No, it's so good. Thank you for having a chat with me.
Wonderful, lovely to speak to you, Nazi.
What you're doing is an inspiration. I love what you're doing, and I hope that a lot of people get behind you and back you up.
I would love that, and I'd love if anyone has any questions as well. You can probably contact me through the blog and stuff like that. Love to talk to anyone about it if they've got any questions.
Yay! So it was really cool talking to Bryony. It was actually really motivating and inspirational to see someone take so much pride and have so much passion for something that's going on in her environment, and I really hope I can do that, and I'm going to channel that inspiration, motivation for the rest of the week. I'm going to really get through this, power through it. So all of Bryony's links are down in the description. Please go check them out. It is such an important topic to check out. Not only what I talk about is really important, but our environment and what's happening in it is so important. And I really hope you guys get behind her and back her just as I am. And I will continuously to do. So this is Nazi signing off.